Hello and welcome back to the Life as a Fitness Instructor podcast. Today we have the lovely Louise, who is brand creator of BOOSTfit, on chatting all things anxiety, imposter syndrome, and creating a brand that is based around a safe, judgment and free community. Here's Louise. I hope you enjoy this. And if you do, please do make sure you like, subscribe and share on your socials, because the more people we can help, the better. Well, Louise, a very, very warm welcome to the podcast. It is great to have you here. Now, I can't wait to hear all about your journey and everything that you're doing at the moment with BOOSTfit. I feel like after speaking with you, I know we were just chatting then, that our values are completely and utterly aligned. So I'm very, very excited to hear more about you and your journey. So I guess if we start from the beginning, what made you first get into fitness?
Well, I didn't intend to get into fitness at all. I just had a baby. I went to a class. I really enjoyed it. Years ago, pre sort of children, I would do a little bit of dancing. I'm not a dancer, but I enjoyed it. It was something I enjoyed doing. And I just asked the instructor, "Oh, what do you have to do this?" And she said, "Do you want to come work for me?" And I went, "Okay." And it was really as simple as that. And ever since then, I've just sort of been on a wave, which has sort of just taken me really in my fitness journey. And I was teaching franchise for quite a few years, and then I just thought there could be some more to this. So I obviously had all my qualifications, and I started to put something that I thought could put some good back into the world, as well as good back into people's lives.
That's amazing. And when did you first start out? How long have you been doing this for now?
Oh gosh. Oh God, I have to think back now. My daughter's 30. Yeah, so about 12 years now that I've been in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
But BOOSTfit was created in 2016. But we didn't really, I know lockdown was terrible, but for us, it gave us that little bit of space where it wasn't just classes, teaching. And it gave us a chance to really pivot and look at what we wanted to do, change the brand a little bit, push it in the direction we wanted to, and actually get ourselves ready to sort of roll it out to the world. And we'd spent so long developing the brand and getting it right. I had an incident, not an incident. When I had my son, I ended up in a high dependency ward and had to learn to walk again. And during that time, when you're like, really silly. I mean, there was a chance I wouldn't walk again. And all that was going through my head was, I won't be able to dance. And I was like, in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't mean anything. But that's what was going through my head. And that was a trigger when I thought, there could be some more to this. And yeah, that's when it all started to develop and grow, really.
Oh my gosh, that must have been absolutely terrifying for you.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, and I know what you mean, because I'd be thinking that as well. Like, when can I get back to it? When can I get back to my classes?
Oh, really? I mean, I couldn't even move to the side like that in a hospital bed. I couldn't sort of lean and pick my son out of his crib. But that's what was going through my head. And I thought, actually, do you know what? I think this whole fitness thing might be ingrained in me a little deeper than I actually realized.
Yeah. Do you feel like that actually gave you an extra boost to want to do it as well, like an extra drive?
100%. That's when I thought life is too short.
Mm.
You got to do what you want to do. And I started probably mentally more then putting something more together, and actually, rather than sitting and thinking about whether I should do it, just going, actually, let's just do this.
Yeah, that is the only way we get things done, isn't it? You've just got to take the action. Imperfect action, just go anyway and work it out on the way. That is the way we get things done. It
We
really
have a saying in Boost, and that's flawsome. We got our flaws, but that's what makes us awesome. Just go for it and see what happens.
I love that. Flawsome. That is so good. That was really good. I mean, I feel like that leads us really nicely on to BOOSTfit. So tell us a little bit more about BOOSTfit. What was the realization or the thing that made you really want to create BOOSTfit? So for someone who's never heard of it before, if you could just let us know a little bit.
It was a whole load of different factors that the period of when I was sort of thinking about doing something, there still is a load of negativity in the news and the media. And I remember I think I turned to my husband, I was just like, oh, this is awful. and he said something about there's just nothing you can do to change it. And in my head, I was going, no, I really think there is. And if there's something that can pull together good people, small little acts of kindness can actually make a massive difference in the world. And that's kind of where BOOSTfit came from, hence the boost. You're not just boosting fitness, mental health. It's about boosting the world and putting some positivity back in there. So I wanted to do something that put everything together. And then when I was going through a little bit of a tough time, music is always my go-to. And I put some music on and I was listening, and the songs I put on were really angry, you know, the stuff that just really makes you go, yeah, I'm going to get rid of all of this negativity. And I started to feel a bit better, and then I put on some upbeat stuff, was dancing around the kitchen, and after that, you know, I felt a bit better, even more better, and even more better, is that right English? I think so. Yeah, then put more empowering things on, and I was like, there's something in this actually. And that's how the class format actually came together. So we had the whole wanting to put good back in the world, and then the whole mental health aspect of taking you on a journey, not just through a class and physically, but mentally through the music as well. So different sections were born in the class. So we have our stress bust, which is getting really, really angry, punching and hitting things and kicking things. Your stress bubble, not actual things. And then boost your mood, which is just about letting go and enjoying yourself and having fun. And then your strength section, which is all about physical strength, but mental strength as well. And then, of course, we then shake it all off, and it's just a little bit of a fun, like one song, a little bit cheese. And then we go into our osteopath developed stretch, which is really reflective and is about your mental health, a little bit of mindset, and power posing, breathing, things like that as well. And then you have the boost other side. So everything in boost is done in a judgment-free and pressure-free experience. So anyone that trains with us gets sick of the words judgment-free, pressure-free. We say it the whole time in class, because it's about making that safe place for our boosters. We call them boosters. So a safe place for our boosters to be, where they don't feel like they're wearing the wrong thing or moving the wrong way, or they get just free to be absolutely themselves. And then we wanted to apply that as well to putting good back into the world. So we will try and facilitate activities with our local instructors and as a company as well, positive things that can put back in the world. So food bank drives. We've had, normally around Christmas, we do a little thing about writing Christmas cards, but not addressing them to anyone. And then they'll go out to local care homes and anyone that just might be a bit lonely. And it's about creating that safe place where people can start to give back and build their confidence. Because I know I suffer from a lot of anxiety. I wouldn't necessarily be able to call up a charity and just say, I'd like to help. How do I do this? And I wanted to be that little bridge in between where people can still feel safe taking that step.
Yeah. So it's the ultimate feel-good class, but also massive concept beyond this, where you're just doing these little acts of kindness within your own community as well. I think that's absolutely amazing. And I just want to, yeah, sorry, Louise, go ahead.
Sorry, and then more happened. So then we were approached, we were loving what we're doing, it was going great. And then we're approached by the Movement Charity, which is a trauma-informed charity that works with women to empower them and create a safe space. And they decided to work with us. It's just amazing. They've endorsed our training, and so now our training is a trauma-informed fitness class. So anyone that has suffered with trauma, that is really nervous, has anxiety, they have a safe place. And we work with the Movement Charity. We actually have training within the BOOSTfit training from them to make classes more inclusive and trauma-informed and a safe place for everyone.
That's absolutely incredible. And I really love the fact as well that you're so open about it yourself. I think sometimes by showing just like even that little bit of, where you said, as someone who does suffer with anxiety as well, that you're putting this in place for other people to help other people. And I think just by showing that little bit of, I don't know if vulnerable is the right word, but just that authenticity, people will feel like they can actually come to you and
like
to you.
We try to be relatable.
Yeah, I think that's really, really important. So thank you for sharing that. I'd love to know, because I feel like as instructors, we all have our challenges. So whether that's dealing with anxiety or feeling like we're being judged, would you have, or do you have any sort of standout moments, or maybe things that you still find pretty tricky, challenging moments from your career so far?
About a million. Every single day doing things. For me, the fitness industry is a funny industry. It can be wonderful, but it can also be quite toxic. It can have this whole feeling of, oh, we're all together, isn't it amazing? But also be absolutely lonely and isolating as well. So when we started to pivot, we had this amazing class, which was incredible for participants. And actually what lockdown made us realize was actually instructors need that as well, and a place where they could be free to be themselves and have that safe environment and support for them. And we, as you're saying, you know, we try and be relatable, and for me, a massive step has been starting to go to these events because of different experiences throughout my career. I very much put myself in a box, so I didn't have to deal with anyone. I didn't have to talk to anyone else in the fitness industry. And going to these events where I had to actually talk to other brands and put myself out there has been incredibly hard. It's been a massive, massive learning curve for me to deal with my anxiety. To imposter syndrome is massive for me. It is a battle every single day. We won a British Fitness Award last year, and I could not have gone up on that stage and back down quick enough. It was horrific. I genuinely thought people would start booing and throwing things. I didn't want to be up there. I refused to say anything, which I regret massively, because my team and my company deserved a thank you from me. And I didn't do it because I genuinely thought people were going, why on earth is she up there? What is she doing? And it's a constant battle every single day, but I don't think I'm the only one. And that's why I think it's really important to talk about it.
It really, really is. It's massive. It's huge. And sometimes it can be a good thing, I think, because it shows that you're growing and you're pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. But at the same time, we don't want it to be debilitating. So what strategies do you use, or do you try and use to kind of tone that little imposter syndrome down, turn down the volume?
I think there's a lot of different things. There's not one thing that you could do. And if there was, I'd put it in a bottle and sell it, and I'd be a big by now. But I think it's a mixture of different things. So for me, I just have to put myself in that situation. But I surround myself with people that will support me. Cassie, my business manager, is just amazing. She'll be like, go do it. But she'll make sure I'm set up for success rather than failure. But she'll give me very much the confidence to be able to go out and do that. A little bit of mindfulness for me always helps. I'm a great believer in like the law of attraction and manifestation and things. It might not be for everyone, but for me, it works and I love it. And then also another thing we say massively at Boost is listen to your body, work with your body. I'm going to have days that aren't so great, and that's okay too. I'm just trying to take that pressure off myself to try and be the perfect instructor, which doesn't exist. There is no such thing. We all mess up. And I think that fear, especially going on stage and presenting, I look at all the other presenters and I'm not like them. And I shouldn't be. We're all different and we're all great at what we do. But if people are coming and they want an absolutely slick, perfect class, that's not my class. Don't come to my class. We're going to giggle. We're going to go wrong. We're going to, you know, just be really upfront about how we're feeling and what we're doing that day. And that's okay. Take that pressure off myself and not trying to be someone else, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think people want to come to a class where they feel like you're relatable as well. And yeah, we do mess up. Yeah, we do forget what we're doing. And people on the front row will probably pick up the routine for us and be like, ha, laugh it off. Yeah,
Love that front row.
Yeah, it just does not matter. And I think it's great that you can just show up as your authentic self.
100%.
And people will really appreciate that. They come to you for you at the end of the day.
Exactly. And that's what we say to our instructors as well in their training. You know, we're not looking for perfection from them. We're not looking for a cookie cutter stamp. You know, we want them to be them and their authentic selves. And they will bring something a little bit different to every single Boost class. And that's an amazing thing. And actually, we can learn from that. You know, I don't want everyone to be the same. If you come to any of our events, and if I'm lucky enough to have any of my team boosting with me on stage, we're all completely different. We're all completely different. You know, we're doing the same routines. We're most of the time doing the same moves, but we will bring a different energy, a different style. And I love that. It's definitely a superpower.
Oh, it really is. No, I really love that too. So speaking of like moments on stage with your presenters and with your instructors, do you have any favorite moments from your
Oh,
career in BOOSTfit so far? Maybe one or two. I bet you've got a book.
I honestly don't, because actually I can easily say it was this last Fit Jam, and that is not a reflection on any other events or anything we do. It's to do with me. I always overthink. I go in, I'm nervous, my breathing goes funny. I don't want to, you know, I overthink that I should be like the person that was on before me or after me or whoever's on the other stage. And this time I just went, this is just me, and it's going to be me on this stage. And I had three other instructors up there with me, and they were doing their thing, and they were loud and they were loving it. And I was just like, they've got that, they can do that, and I'm just going to be me. And just, it really just all came together, and it just felt so freeing and fun, and we had the best response. And you know, we also were a bit worried that no one's going to turn up, and you know, you're sort of sitting there waiting for your time to come. And then one of my instructors ran down and she said, "You've got a queue and it's going up the stairs." And I was like, anyone thinks that like big present, not I'm a big presenter one day, but presenters and big brands don't get really excited about stuff like that. If I ever stop getting excited about things like that, I'm giving up. You know, it was just, yeah, it was just wonderful. We had so much fun on that stage. It went by so quickly.
That's amazing to hear. The fact that you could just relax, be you, and enjoy it, because that's what it's all about. That's truly amazing. And I can totally resonate with Fit Jam as well. So that was my first ever festival presenting Yoga Skate. And the exact same thing happened to me. I was really, really worried that no one would turn up. It was a Sunday morning slot. I was told that there's a really big party the night before and you might not get anyone there. And no one really knows who I am. And then there was a queue up the stairs. I can so relate to that. Yeah, the excitement level just went through the roof.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, I've done it.
Yes, I've made it. No, it was really, really nice. But I'm so pleased that went so well for you, Louise.
Thank you.
Do you have any more lined up this year? I mean, I know you do, but I want you to share with us.
Yes, we have a few. I don't know which ones I can announce yet, because all announcements
Okay.
gone out. So we're definitely doing IFS, our first ever IFS. So I'm completely in my head about that. So if anyone is coming along to IFS, please come say hello to me. And if you want to come to my class, please do, because I'm thinking it'll just be me in there. But you know, if it is, I'll still have a party, it's fine. So I've got IFS coming up. We have got a few more that are coming up very soon, which will be very exciting. I think this is the most we've done this year. So it's building. That was on my little list to get more events in, and we've managed to double it this year. So
Wow.
that is really, really exciting. So you have to keep watching our socials to see where else we're going. So I don't want to annoy any events by announcing too early. I'm probably fine. Look at me hyping myself up, but just in
No, it's good to be on the safe side. So what time and day are you on at IFS for anyone listening that wants to come along?
What a great question. I'm going to say Saturday. I think it's 9.
Okay.
9:45.
We'll have a look at the timetable.
This is why I have Cassie normally with me. Because she does all that. She literally points me in a direction. I walk there, I boost, and then I come back again, and she points me in the next direction I need to go in.
Oh, she sounds amazing.
She is amazing.
And when did she first start working with you then?
Oh, so she was a booster coming to my classes, and we just started to get on really well. Then we do theme classes at Boost occasionally, and because I'm an idiot and like to triple my workload, we like to go all out. So we will spend 24 hours dressing the space and making it like an immersive experience. I know that sounds ridiculous, but love doing it. And we did a Moulin Rouge one back in the day, and like the corridor you had to sort of go through drapes and big gates and like hanging. Oh no, it's ridiculous. And she offered to work on that. She's very artistic. And she said, if you want any help, I'll come and work with you. And we just got on so well. But she saw how I work and how I operate. And she went, you need a PA. And I was like, yeah, I do. She went, I'll do it. And I was like, okay. And from that, we're just like two peas in a pod now. She's now the business manager. She runs the ship. she does it all. She's absolutely incredible.
She sounds great. It's lovely how you just sort of fell into it as well.
Yeah.
It just
I genuinely believe things that are meant to happen. Yeah. You can absolutely encourage lots of positivity coming your way, but something's going to happen, it's going to happen. So I always try and roll with the punches as much as I can.
And it's worked so far, so that's good.
Yeah, let's keep that going.
Yeah, absolutely. So where would you like to take BOOSTfit and your career moving forwards? Where do you see that going?
Oh, everyone laughed, but it's worldwide, bigger than the biggest fitness brand out there.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Yeah.
I want it to be the biggest brand out there. I feel it can really, really do some good. Eventually, we'd love to have hubs across the country, across the world, which doesn't just combine a safe space for people to come work out, but that will have food banks, clothing banks, cafe, loneliness cafes, all integrated in it. That would be my dream. And like Boost instructors could operate out of those. So, they could get cheaper hall rates, which are all fun, aren't they, for instructors at the moment? But also it would be really integrated and intricate, combined with the community. So it would really sort of feed back into putting some positivity back into the world.
I think that's an amazing aim. Absolutely. Just trying to touch as many people globally as you can with your positive message and acts of kindness and food banks all around the world. I think that's beautiful. I really love that. So where could people follow you if they want to know more about BOOSTfit or if they want to become an instructor themselves, Louise?
So the first portal call, if you want to follow us, that we're all obviously on Facebook, TikTok, all of the social media, we're all over that. Just search out BOOSTfit classes and you'll find us there. If you want all the information about becoming an instructor, go to boostfit.com and click on join the team, and there you can download a free brochure which tells you everything about us and joining us. And we really pride ourselves on being like transparent. There's no hidden costs or fees. We let everyone know what they can expect and the support that we give them, and we're always here to answer any questions. We pride ourselves in flexibility as well. So currently at the moment we don't really do like big training days. If we have a training session, we'll open up and say if anyone else wants to come along, but we will do a training date to suit the instructor. Yeah. Because we're all busy, we're all running different classes here and there, throwing in family and work, if you have a second job or anything like that, it can be absolutely crazy. So we try and be as flexible as possible as we can for all of our team.
That's brilliant. That's definitely what's needed these days, 100%. Oh, well, Louise, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And I can't wait to see you at IFS. And
I know, we'll have to get
as well.
I know. You'd have to see if I can pop along to yours and vice versa, and we can maybe grab a tea somewhere.
Absolutely. Well, if you're on the Saturday at 9, I'm on the Saturday at 8. So come to my session, get you all in the zone, nice and chill, and then I'll come to yours.
Then I won't be overthinking anything. I'll be fine. I'll just be really chilled.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Louise. It's been a pleasure chatting.
Thank you.